said she owed them a lot of money, so the IRS went into her bank account and took it. That's right, your government can do that. But Joyce Janello called Help Me Howard. Here's Howard with tonight's report.
How would you feel if you got a letter from the state that said you owe back child support, even though you've never had to pay child support? Well, you're about to meet Joyce Janello. Her wages have been garnished and her checking account has been cleaned out by the state, and she wants to know why. Here's the Help Me Howard report.
And I feel like my rights have been taken away. And that's what bothers me.
This is Joyce Janello. Recently, she received a letter from New York State that said she owed over $3,000 in child support, dating back to 1996. Or was it 1986? Or 1984?
I looked at it and I thought, well, I never owed child support. You know, my daughter's 38 years old.
Thinking it was a mistake, Joyce immediately gets on the phone with the state and tries to sort the mess out.
I said to him, this is for child support. I know I don't owe child support. Can you give me some information and let me know what it's about? And the first woman that I spoke to said she couldn't find any paperwork, I guess, on their computer, because I guess it was so old.
This conversation sends Joyce into a never-ending spiral of phone calls and threats, leaving her with plenty of questions and no answers.
In the meantime, I'm incurring more penalties, more fees. They had a levy on my bank account. I couldn't take any money out. And, I had written out checks, and it's like, okay, now I have a real problem. And they're telling me that if I somehow got a lawyer to, I guess, unfreeze the money, that they can put a warrant out for my arrest, or they can go through my work and garnish my salary.
So Joyce offers to pay half of the money, $1,500.
They said they already had the levy on the account, and they were taking it. And if I let this go any longer, besides what they've taken out of my account, I would incur more costs and owe them more costs, and they would bill me and keep coming after me until they got every penny that they were owed. This is like a shock of what can happen to you. And people that don't want to, they don't have to give you any information.
Can this really happen? Can the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance just take your money with no clear proof that you actually owe it to them? CPA David Barr.
Things don't get off the books of these agencies. They'll stay there. They may not write for years, and then suddenly someone opens a drawer that maybe wasn't open for a while, and suddenly letters start to come. And everyone says, well, what is this, So where does all of this leave Joyce? We called New York State Department of Taxation and Finance on her behalf. They agreed to review her case. We also called H&R Block, and they are going to look back at Joyce's old returns to see if they can clear the matter up on their end.
Thank you, Help Me Howard. I appreciate all your help.
And more good news for Joyce. We found out this afternoon the state says it's going to give back all of Joyce's money with interest. Good for you, Joyce.